Coming this fall, the story of a grape who refuses to be crushed. One grape to rule them all, and one bottle to mind.
Whoa, honey, what are you doing?
I was recording an intro.
Okay, that's great, but we got a podcast to do.
Okay.
All right, well, this is We Know Texas Vino.
Well, hey, everybody. I am so excited to be here in Grapevine, Texas. Will, good seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, hey, I'm happy to be back.
It's been way too long. It seems like you have been busy learning how to be a winemaker.
Yes.
I've been busy traveling the world and having a great time drinking wine in some unique areas.
Las Vegas is not the world.
Las Vegas is one of the spots I had there for sure. They don't make the best wine for sure, but
Right.
But we're back here. We're going to have a great time today. It's a beautiful day. We found some new friends we're going to introduce here in a minute. I'm so excited. We actually met them a couple nights ago and scheduled this, and they've been gracious enough to invite us to their amazing location here to have some fun.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. We are well, first off, we're at episode, number 36
Well,
now?
we're episode 36, so we're super excited. Our first 35 have been great. Actually, we technically were episode 36, but we've actually had like 40 of those now.
Yes.
And so technically we're number 36, right?
So, yeah, but we are actually live at Piaf. Is that the correct pronunciation?
Piaf, yes.
Here in downtown Grapevine.
Historical downtown Grapevine.
Yeah,
yes, as I was researching their website. So we want to be very clear about that.
Yes.
So we have two new friends here. We're at Piaf's Kitchen and Wine Bar, and we're here today with Fabien and Yasmine. When I met Yasmine the other day, she's like, it's like Jasmine, but it's Yasmine, yes?
It's Yasmine.
Yasmine. Oh. And the cool thing about this podcast is these two actually grew up and were raised in France, I believe, and they're now here in Grapevine, Texas. So welcome, you guys. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah,
thank you, y'all.
Well, y'all. That's how a Frenchman says y'all.
I'm going to save that recording, and I'm going to use that as a sound clip later on.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, before we get into the nuts and bolts of what we're doing here, let's go ahead and real quick. Where can people reach out to us? Pretty much anywhere now, right?
Well, I'm going to be kind of rusty on this, but I think we can find us on Facebook at We Know Texas Vino.
Yes, sir.
You can also find us on WeKnowTexasVino.wine.
Which is unique.
Yes, which is unique. I think there's not even very many wineries that actually use the .wine extension, so it's pretty awesome.
Yes.
And then you can also find us on any major podcasting platform. Right. Now, Google Podcast is going away later this year, so you can find us anywhere else but there.
Well, people have been telling me Spotify, of course, Apple, Podcasts, that sort of thing. So we're going to have some fun here with episode 36, and we are really grateful to you guys. Thanks for having us here today.
Yes.
And we're going to dig in. Is that okay if we dig in?
Good.
I mean, we should have been recording the other night because the other night you were just full of information.
Yes.
And we were just like, oh my gosh, we have to do a podcast here.
Yes.
So, well, great. Well, tell us about yourselves. Where are you guys from? How long have you been here?
Well, I'm half French and half Lebanese. Grew up in Beirut, but then the war started, so I went to France. We met, believe it or not, in Texas. I came here for work, and I think Fabien came here for work.
Mm-hmm.
And we met on Halloween. So,
Wow.
We met
30
Halloween
something years ago.
33 years ago.
Halloween. How many years ago?
33 years ago.
Wow.
And
here in Texas, of all places.
Yeah, in Texas, we lived in Dallas. We came to Grapevine. We loved Grapevine and ended up living in Grapevine.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And opening our restaurant in Grapevine.
Yeah, Fabien, what about yourself? Where did you grow up?
So me, I grew up in eastern France, so Alsace-Lorraine, close to Germany.
Okay.
And then I'm from a small family of 10 kids.
Only 10?
Yeah,
Wow.
only 10, yeah.
Small,
I'm the baby. Yeah. We have no TV, no over there. So.
Did you have a lot of hand-me-down clothes?
I'm sorry?
Did you have a lot of hand-me-down clothes? All the brothers and sisters pass all the clothes down.
I'm sorry. That's why I decided I need to go on my own pretty quick.
There you go.
Because that's what my fashion thing was like 10 years behind,
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of older brothers and sisters and just a huge family. Were you guys close? Was the family close?
Yeah, we still close and everything like that. So yeah. So between my sister and I, we got 13 years difference. So my mom was pregnant for 13 years.
Straight 13 years.
Yeah.
Yahoo.
Okay. So you had hand-me-down clothes. Tell me you didn't wear a dress. You had hand-me-down clothes and you didn't wear any dresses, right?
Yeah.
Not intentionally. Sometimes maybe his older brothers and his older sisters got them. But
yeah, we got two sisters, 10 boys, 7 boys. 6 boys and 1 sister and myself.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so big family. What did your parents do? Were they entrepreneurs?
So we had a company. We had heating and plumbing. So my mom was working in the office and my dad was doing all the work. And
yes.
so we got about they had about like 7 employees, so
yeah.
And then so it was good.
Good. And so now you're here in Grapevine, Texas. The two of you met on Halloween. So why Halloween party? Was it just out eating dinner? How did you guys meet on Halloween 33 years ago?
Well, we had some mutual friends, right? Yeah.
Okay.
We had mutual friends. And it is about wine because Fabien asked, he offered to take me to the party, get lost, but he had a bottle of wine in the car.
Smooth. Smooth move. I like that a lot. Beautiful. And then you guys obviously fell for each other. And did you ever think, I mean, we're in a beautiful place right now. Can I call this like a restaurant, or what do you call this place right here? What are we in?
Well, when we decided to call it Piaf, because Piaf it's the name of a sparrow. If it's translated, Piaf is a sparrow.
Okay.
So that's all the little birds when you find when you go in Europe or throughout the whole world. The birds they all get together and they eat together. They have a good time together, and then that's why we wanted to do is like for people the whole community could come here and enjoy themselves with good wine, good food, and good company.
I love it.
And then that's what's life.
So it's symbolic. I mean, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So Yasmine, you said that you were shy. Now, is that true? Are you shy because you're such a sweetheart?
I don't know if I'm shy. Yes, I think I am, but
yes,
you're not shy at all.
I am not shy.
No, you're not shy.
Okay, very good. I'm not.
Well, you're super welcoming, and I think that's a really cool characteristic. Okay. I think it's just amazing.
But you asked if it was a restaurant.
Yes,
I think it is. I mean, I know it's a restaurant.
Yeah,
and but it's also a party place. I mean, that's how Piaf is. We call it Piaf is a party because we have a rooftop and we are sitting on the rooftop.
Yes.
And at night it gets busier and we have live music. It's a little jazzy. So I will consider it a bar and a restaurant.
Okay. Well, to me, it's very classy, though.
Yes.
I was telling Will that I've been here many, many times in Grapevine, but I've never been here. And so immediately after meeting you two the other night, I called my wife, who was in Washington State visiting her mom. I go, I found our new place to hang out for sure.
I've come here many times before, also, and I love this place. And we were down the road at a winery, had some wines, and they closed at 9, and we were going to go over here to the little Irish pub over here, and they were closed. So I was like, let's go over to Piaf. Yeah. And here we are.
Yeah. Not only do we meet two neat people, but your staff has been great as well. Everybody's been helpful. In fact, the young lady downstairs, she goes, "Oh, are you with the podcast?" I go, "I am." She goes, "Oh, let me take care of you." So you your staff well. Well, good. So 33 years ago, you guys connected. Were you married 33 years ago as well, or how does that work?
No, we lived in Sin.
You lived in Sin.
Yes, of course. Like French people do.
I love it.
We only got married. We lived together 13 years, I think. 10, 13 years.
I love it.
We
she wasn't sure, if she wanted to be or not.
I think it's always like that with all women,
weighing her options, right? Weighing her options, making sure it's all good.
Yes or no, I don't know.
Yeah. Is it worth it or not?
Yeah. Well, when did you guys have the idea, the brainstorm, the light bulb went off to create this? And then you have some other places as well. When did that start for y'all?
Well, I was working back home in France. I was always in the food industry and everything like that. And when I came here, I worked for La Madeleine too for about 10 years. And then after that, a friend of mine said, "Hey, let's open a bakery again," And so we found a location in Dallas, and then there was no oven, so I know there was an oven to be sold over here. So I came to buy the oven, but then the location was getting emptied. So I say I might take over the location too as well, and then that's why we've been here for the past 13 years. 23 years, I mean, and then. So 23 years ago, Grapevine is not what Grapevine is now.
Okay, tell us about that. There was something happened.
When we first came in 23 years ago, people was like, "Oh, wow, what you gonna do over there? In Grapevine is nothing." I mean, there was Esparza, been there forever, and then a Big Fish, and then Will Hoyts, and Charlie. There was Charlie. Well, Tapping is now. It used to be Charlie's. So anyway, and it wasn't moving but we knew there was a vision. Yes, we now saw the vision, and maybe could make a living here, and it was kind of fun town, and then
then something happened.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, entrepreneurs like yourself and your awesome wife, and then others came in, and Grapevine now is one of the classic. I mean, outside of Fredericksburg, I would say is equal to, and it's just not as big, but really fun for people to come in here and have a great time. Not only the locals, right? You've probably built great relationships with locals, but a lot of tourists come through here as well.
Yeah,
and Grapevine reminded us of a little town in France. Because you can walk, you can. You don't have to have a car if you're living in the historic district.
That's right.
You can really feel, you can walk to the restaurant, walk to a bar. That's very European.
It's very European. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're going to touch on that a little bit because one of the reasons we're so excited to meet you guys and talk to you is because you do have this European vibe.
What is that? What is that French word?
No, it's a vibe.
Exactly.
There you go. And I'm excited because I think you're bringing a little touch of that here for sure to this restaurant, this establishment. But also, we're going to talk about wines today and just what you're bringing to the table with that.
Yes, I will say when we talked to you the other night, I don't know if you remember my expression on my face, but my eyeballs were like this big around. I was just fascinated what you had to provide, and I think that's some of the best things that we provide for our podcast and for our listeners, because we want them to be educated on wine. Because I mean, a lot of people want to learn and understand more about wine, and y'all were in the country. Y'all are in where some of the best wines in this world is being made. And so, and for you to be here to be able to share that with us, I'm excited.
And our take really today, guys, is that when we were talking to you the other night, it's like, listen, we know you have a great array of wines, lots of different wines from around the world. But you also mentioned you have some Texas wines, which is kind of cool. So I know today as we talk, you're going to talk about kind of how you're incorporating that into your menu. And in fact, when we arrived, Yasmine brought out 2 Texas wines for us to look at, which is kind of cool.
And then, of course, I brought one myself. So we're going to start with that right quick while we're talking about this.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I actually brought us some Lost Oaks and 2020 Cab Sauv. That's 100% from the Texas High Plains, so up around Lubbock and stuff like that. So if you've not had any of their wines yet, go down and check them out. Roxanne?
Yeah, it's very lovely. I just drinking it now. It's great. I'm almost empty.
Oh, you better pour yourself some.
Something happened to my glass.
Well, we know we love Roxanne over there at Lost Oak, and we've done a podcast over there. They're wonderful people. But this is just indicative, of what's happening in Texas right now. So we're going to kind of bring it all together. And we need your help because you have such great experiences with the European community. And then, of course, being here in Texas, but also I'm assuming California and some other places you probably get some wines from. Okay, so we're going to bring that all together today.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to pick your brain. You had some great stories the other night. I want to repeat some of those.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead, Will.
Well, so tell us, I don't even know where to start because, I mean, you had so much information the other night. So go ahead and start with some information about the French wine community down there. What is it like? And how does it compare that community down there to the Texas wine community up here?
Well, first of all, I mean, we got a lot of the Texas wine industry. They went get some French winemaker, so that came here and helped the people to do the wine, to develop the wine and everything like that. And then like everywhere, like I said the other night, some people sometimes make fun of the Texas wine, but everywhere you're going to go in the world, you got some bad California wine, you got some bad Chilean wine, bad French wine, So, but you got to respect the beginning of what people is going to do, and then it's the beginning of the Texas wine industry for the past 20, 30 years, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit more than that even, but you get some fantastic stuff out there, like we did drinking Lost Oak there. I mean, you can taste it. It's very nice. It's kind of fun to be, It's a great wine, But after we get on the table there, we got a Messina off too. A good Tempranillo, which is a fantastic wine for fantastic grape for Texas,
Yep.
It's a very happy grape in here, and then you get I like McPherson. It's fantastic winery too,
Yep.
So I like it because les copains, but that means the friends in French,
Okay.
Yep. Well, I like the word you just said. You said happy grape.
Yeah, happy grape. Yeah.
I love that. I love that term.
As a winemaker, that's what I have to do. I mean, the boss. What's going to be the boss? Going to be the terroir. So the earth. After everything can be the weather, and then on the way you clip everything. You trim everything, and so. You pretty much just live of the wine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you do the job correctly, you gotta listen, you gotta adapt, and you're gonna surprise, and the wine's gonna surprise you at the end. So
sure. Yeah. Well, we've learned through interviewing dozens and dozens of winemakers that it's definitely a full-time gig, isn't it? And so being a restaurant owner and a restaurateur, and also, of course, just an entrepreneur in general, you know about hard work. And, if you guys leave and don't leave someone in charge, the place falls apart. So it's an everyday gig. Same with winemaking. Okay. So these are three great wines that I think kind of are indicative of what's happening in Texas right now. So, okay. So you're bringing this European feel, this vibe, right? And so here at this establishment, do you guys specialize? Do you guys bring in European wines? And if so, how do you get people to maybe look at a Texas wine? Because you do have a couple on the menu.
So no, when we set the wine list, I mean, I try to bring first for everybody, So I try to get every price range, So I don't believe you need to pay $300 a bottle for a great bottle of wine. You get some good bottle of wine for like $40, $50,
Right.
Then I can retail us, and then after that. And after that, I want to make sure I try some good Texas wine, that's got good quality. That's something that I can open the bottle, And then many times I trick people. So I say, great, taste this,
You do that.
So, yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Bottle, because sometimes I got Texas wines that make fun of me. So I was like, okay. So I said, you guys taste this, and then, it's great. And boom, there you go. That's Les Copains.
Good for you.
So
we're going to become good friends, okay?
Yeah. So no, I mean, once again, because I know I got those ones, they got my back, I mean, not everybody's going to like it, It's like everything else. But most time, if you taste wine, I mean, you got to recognize the good characteristic of the juice and everything like that, Yep. So every time when I do that, I mean, I'm not afraid to, because sometimes some people are going to try to snub you,
Sure.
Yep.
I say, okay, I'll show you.
Yeah, right.
Well,
right.
I like to show people wrong sometimes,
Well, one of the things that a lot of these wineries like to do around here, and even some wine bars, is they do what's called a blind tasting.
Yes. Yeah.
And so they don't tell you what you're drinking. They give it to you and they tell you to pick which one you like the best. And most of them say, what is it, like 75% of the times, 80% of the times they pick the Texas wine over the California or the old world.
Yeah.
Which, I'm from Texas, okay, so I'm sorry. But I mean, that just shows you that.
Are you apologizing? Are you apologizing for being from Texas?
Why are you sorry?
Yeah, right.
That just shows you that, Texas can and will make good wine that will rival even old world wines.
Well, there's been many awards won and earned with Texas wines the last 10 to 15, 20 years. Things are really happening. And that's why we wanted to kind of see what you guys have going. And Yasmine, I know you're like the matriarch of this place. You walk in and you have this presence, a Marilyn Monroe presence to you. And so do you have a lot of people talk to you about Texas wines, or are they just pretty open-minded maybe to your recommendations?
They're really open-minded.
Okay.
I mean, to my recommendation. But for example, for me, that's the first time I tried this Lost Oak, and I loved it. It's very bold.
You're welcome.
It's bolder than the two we have.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I really like it. So this is something we might be able to bring here.
Also,
that's great.
But people ask for recommendations.
They do.
But Fabien is right. I think there is this. I don't know. People are worried about not worried, but they're not sure when you're talking Texas wine.
Right.
Like, they want to drink French wine or
Yes.
California wine or New Zealand. But
Sure.
when you say Texas wine, people are not sure, but there's so much to offer here.
Well, if I didn't know you two, I would come here and almost expect to drink European wines. I'd almost like, okay, French wine, something like that. And so that's the coolest thing. When my light bulb went off, and it's like, oh, they have Texas wines here. That is awesome. And so I'm really proud of you for doing that. So, steering them and showing them, maybe even having them taste the Texas wines. I think, as Will and I have pretty much demonstrated, they're really great wines. And we're meeting some phenomenal people doing great things with the wine industry.
And so my wine journey just started like 4 years ago. Okay. And so met down here at Messina Hoff, and we drank at Messina Hoff, and then walked down to another winery, drank there. They offered me a job, and being an engineer, I started having to learn about how to teach people to drink wine and stuff. And in that same time, I learned myself. And I thought some of the wines that I was drinking at the time was like, oh, the bee's knees. And then we started doing this podcast, and I started drinking all this other Texas wine. And, for a good example, I'm going to go ahead and mention him because we haven't mentioned him in a while.
Oh.
So I'm not a Chardonnay fan at all. Will not drink Chardonnay. But if you go out to RK and Grayson out there, he has a Chardonnay that, holy crap, it will knock your socks off. Yes.
Well, that's that's so important to know, because this couple right here, you guys are amazing. You're entrepreneurs, which is something I absolutely admire. But to know that there are how many wineries in the state now, Will? Are we up over 600?
I think registered is like 600, but there's actually like 900 in the state of Texas.
Yeah. And so we have a big, wide open arena for folks to get out there.
Grapevine, how many wineries?
Just Grapevine, there's like 5 here in downtown.
I think it's 6. That's what I told the other day.
Cross Timbers, Landon, Messina Hoff, Bingham, Bullhorn. Yeah. So, there's a couple here.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, just in this North Texas region alone.
Delaney over there too.
There you go.
Delaney, yes. Yep. And they just got started back up again. I guess they were down for a while. So I don't know. But
he makes some good bubbles over there, actually.
Really?
Oh, good.
It's fantastic.
There you go.
I don't know if he still does it or not, but I used to make it.
Okay.
And there was a French, the winemaker. She was a French lady who's winemaker some time back. And she was, she makes some good,
So speaking of French bubbles, so there is a winery in Fredericksburg in the Hill Country that has bought all the equipment to make champagne like they do in France here in the United States. And they're the only winery in Texas that does that. I will try to get y'all a bottle of that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
But they can't call it champagne.
Can't call it champagne.
No champagne. And Yasmine, tell us why. Because our listeners, we have listeners, thousands of listeners. Why can't they call it champagne?
Because it's from the Champagne region of France. So you cannot call it champagne, but you can use the word méthode champenoise, which is the method of making champagne.
Right.
So, which your friends from Fredericksburg,
Yep, called Elisa Christopher.
They brought the equipment so they could call it méthode champenoise.
Vin mousseux.
Or vin mousseux. Or
sparkling wine.
Can we just do the rest of the episode with talk French? We do French. We don't know what you're saying. Just do the rest in French.
But champagne is for champagne.
Yeah, is that the same for is it Bordeaux as well? We're not allowed to use Bordeaux anymore. And there's a couple of them because I think the French.
Same with Bourgogne and qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'autre? Sancerre. Non, pas Sancerre.
So in French, when you call a wine, you call it by the region.
Yes.
And then like you call it Sancerre or so, and then so Sancerre is going to be a Sauvignon Blanc and stuff. So and then here in the States, you say like, okay, that's a Sauvignon Blanc, that's a Cabernet, that's you know what I'm saying? So, but in France, so if you get if you order a bottle of Sancerre, it's going to be a Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, because that region, that's what.
And then after, and then most time, if you get a Bordeaux, you gotta get a Cabernet style. You know what I'm saying? So and then if you get a Beaujolais, it's gonna be more like Côte du Rhône is gonna be more mellowish, more mellow and stuff like that. So,
I love that. That's awesome. That's really cool. So, kind of get back into what we're talking about here. So, what is your vision, the two of you as business owners, to continue to incorporate Texas wines? Are you excited about that venture?
Yeah, of course. You get. I mean, our job is to educate.
Oh, good.
You know what I'm saying? I mean. Every day when Yasmine and I get up and before we go to bed, you always talk about, hey, what can we do tomorrow to do better?
That's great.
We do talk about other stuff.
Yeah. We do.
Not all you talk about.
Did you pay the electric bill today?
But it's always good. We always question ourselves or put ourselves back in say, what can we do? Or like we revise the wine list or something like that.
Okay.
You always taste one all the time or liquor or something else. So we go back in there, back and forth. And I say, this one is great. Let's change it. Like, we tasted this one. So, hey, maybe that's a great one. Maybe we are put it back on the menu,
There you go. Yeah. Popular demand, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if you want some lists of other wineries here just in the north side of Texas, I can give you a full list out by St. Joe. I mean, you got Lonesome Vine, sorry.
Yeah, be careful.
You got RK, you got 4R, you've got Blue Ostrich. What else? You got OG Cellars. If you want a good Tempranillo, OG Cellars has 6.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Different Tempranillos out there, 6.
Texas Tempranillos.
Yeah, and I will have to say, who was it? It was Chris out at Edge of the Lake. He was talking about laying the map out and saw that Tempranillo lines up, or Texas lines up with Spain.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Cool.
Very similar. Yeah.
So
cool. So tell us more about what you guys are doing here in Grapevine. You guys probably are great friends with almost all the entrepreneurs that go up and down this main street, right? So what are some of the other things you guys are doing here to just expand? What's your vision? What else do you have going on here that's kind of exciting? Yasmine.
Wow.
I'm
I
the
like how
crazy one,
he
so
just
I
kind of
don't
passed
go-
that
I'm-
off to
You just
her.
pointed right at it.
trouble if I know if you know what I want to do.
You gotta talk to the boss.
Maybe this is the only subject where we're not really on the same page.
I always want more.
I think Fabien wants to expand more.
Well, you can expand up if you want.
No,
Yeah.
for me, I'm happy with what we have.
That's beautiful.
I like to expand within. I mean, we really have we have two restaurants, but we also do. We have a bakery, but a commercial bakery. So we do lots of bread and. Morning pastries, desserts for hotels, for cafe, so this is the way to expand.
I didn't realize it was so big.
Yeah, I didn't either.
We do, even airline. So that's...
So all your bread from all your bakery from Grapevine goes that way to Dubai, to Tokyo, to Qantas. We do Qantas Airlines, Japan Airlines, Air France, Etihad, Qatar. I mean, you get about 6 different airlines, and we provide the bread and dessert.
Get out of
It's
here.
mainly first class
Seriously?
and business class. Yeah.
So
Holy Toledo.
It's good already. And of course, it's always
can do
nice
more.
to expand.
Well,
No.
when I saw about the
The sky
bakery,
is the limit, man.
when I saw about the bakery, and he was talking about the bakery, I thought y'all was talking about down here at Chez Fabien, the little bakery next door.
There is a side that's Chez Fabien. It's just a bakery. But we also do commercial wholesale.
I did not know
Wow,
that.
me either.
I like the, there's a saying in French, or in Italian, la dolce vita or la vie est belle. I think it's nice to enjoy what we have and
Right.
not
Oh yeah,
put more,
that's number
more
one.
pressure. Like when we met you that night, I enjoy staying here late. I want to do more here at the bistro too. But I mean, and we like Grapevine. I don't know if I want to go somewhere else.
No,
I got you.
Yeah, at one point we had like 5 or 6 restaurants, and it was
Yeah,
just
we
too
did.
much.
Oh,
And it was no fun no more because you just
Right.
keep on. You get about 4 a.m. and go back to bed at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and
full
and then
time.
after you get up, it's like, what do I do? What am I doing?
Right.
You know.
That's
if you-
exhausting.
Or if you
What am I
finally have a
doing?
day off, you're like, okay, so what's everything going on at the restaurant? What's
There's
going
no day
on?
off.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
day
yeah.
off. So
365
Yep.
every day of the year. Yeah, it's good.
We're closed here on Sunday and
Oh,
Monday.
good. That's smart.
And I enjoy that. I think everybody here, our team, enjoys it too. Now, Fabien would like us to open.
I'm working on it.
But no, this is like something we really like to have days off and have fun and
Yes.
enjoy things.
Yeah.
And drink wine.
And drink wine. That's what we like to do.
Discover some
Yeah.
we love to drink
beaches,
wine.
like go to Fredericksburg and
No, one thing we're very lucky though. I think yes, guy. We have a great team of behind us. I mean, we're here, but then we couldn't be nothing without them. So
For sure.
You get a great team of our kitchen staff, our wait staff, our management staff. We are doing very good. So I mean, because we're here, so we enjoy, but we don't. We just come in to enjoy ourselves, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
do.
we just-
I do. Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much here for support and stuff, but they come in, they run the shift, they do their own thing, and then so that's so we pretty much here for support usually.
You've taught them well. You're
Big
good leaders.
Texas wine.
Great leader. Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and this is a unique podcast because normally we're kind of all about the Texas wine, but I'm so intrigued by this couple to learn. And the other night, you're in big trouble now because now you have to recall. We're gonna shift gears, Will.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because
Shift it.
I'm proud of you guys for incorporating Texas wines, and I hope our listeners are grateful for that as well. And it's just cool to see entrepreneurs around this state incorporating that philosophy because Texas wines are up and coming. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ready for the gear shift? The other night you were talking about some fun European stories back home in France, and you had us laughing, and you had us just in amazement with all the knowledge you have. So maybe if you can recall some of those fun things. I just want you to have the floor and talk about some really cool things. I think our listeners will absolutely have a blast listening to you and your wisdom.
So even when I was back home in France, I mean, we used to do les vendanges, So when you go pick the vin, the vendange, or you say it in English.
it's when you pick
You pick the vines,
grapes.
the grapes.
Harvest.
Harvest,
Harvest, yes.
Okay, harvest. Yeah.
So les vendanges, yeah.
yeah, see that finger right there? That's where I almost cut my finger off. Harvesting grapes.
Oh, you should put your good not the finger.
But from now on, you have to say it in
Yeah.
French. How do you say it in French again?
Les vendanges.
Les vendanges.
La vendange.
Vendanges, yeah.
La vendange.
Vendange.
Okay.
There you go.
So, but anyway, so I was over there, and when I was back home, and or even here when you talk to some winemaker here, and then like like back in the 70s or something like that, people wanted like productivity, like big numbers and everything like that. And as it was losing the earth and then, the feeling of everything like that, and now we get a lot of new people, or the same thing with the chefs and the bakers. And, we had you had the 50s, the 60s, 70s. It was like everybody wanted big commercial bakery, big commercial everything. And everybody lost touch with the senses kind of thing,
Yep.
And now it's good because you got all those new guys, or even the older guys that comes in and they want to go back to, hey, I want to feel the earth,
Yeah, right.
I want to see the earthworm to go between the vines. You know what I'm saying? I want to see like going through between the vine lines. I want to see the grass. Because that's what also makes everything happen. That's what feeds your terroir.
Right.
So, yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome.
So you see a lot of more people that get more involved with the
Is that a spiritual thing?
With what they're doing, and then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, more feeling and more in touch with the earth and the vines and everything like that. So
Yeah, it's a spiritual thing. It's a soul, right?
Yeah,
part of their
spiritual
soul.
thing,
Yeah,
exactly.
get out there and enjoy the earth, right? Yeah, that's amazing. Well, that's cool. And so, have you been doing that lately?
I mean, I do it every day.
Every day. So yeah,
I have to. Yeah, our goal, is like, life is not easy, but you got to make it easy.
Right.
You make it the way you want it to be.
Right.
So.
Yep.
I mean, I could be complaining all day long, but nobody cares anyway. So it's like, hey, I better be happy and then make it happen,
Yeah. Well, I can tell you have a good time for sure. Both of you have enjoy it. And Yasmine, you said it perfectly. You actually enjoy being here. It's so much fun. And so you seem like a great connector. You both are great connectors, but you're a wonderful connector.
She's better on me.
Have you
Good
connector? You build relationships very well. Yes. And so how has that been for you, building great friendships with people around Grapevine, and are you enjoying that aspect of being a business owner?
Around Grapevine and around
Everywhere.
Texas,
Yeah.
it's so easy.
Easy?
Way easier than France. Because, I mean, of course, France, I grew up over there. I have my friends and all that. But here you meet people so much easier and they are friendly, and Texans are friendly, and Grapevine is a small community and you can count on them. I mean, it's incredible. In fact, at the bistro, we have a bar. Sometimes they call it Cheers.
Oh, Cheers.
Because it's fun. I mean, people get here, they all know each other, and we enjoy, meeting. It's easy. Yeah. There's about 100,
There are about 100 people. You get a group of about 100 people that just met at the bar,
Wow.
At the bar, the restaurant and stuff
100
like that. So,
people.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's crazy.
impressive. Yeah.
But
It's impressive, yeah.
it's easy. I think really in Texas, it's easy to meet people because you're friendly.
They are.
Yeah, you are.
Right?
You did a text on y'all. He's doubting himself over there. What's wrong with you?
You're friendly. No, you're friendly. You have fun. I enjoyed your story about the cheese.
Oh, so my French.
Yes.
Yes.
Your
Oh,
French
my God.
you gotta
We talked
tell
about it
that.
when we got home.
Well, okay. I'll tell one story, but yeah. So I've traveled to Europe, and I was telling Yasmine the only time I ever had culture shock was flying into Paris, on British Air from London, and I lost all my luggage. I couldn't find it, and so I went up to a gentleman, and the first thing I said is, because I learned some, parlez-vous anglais? Do you speak English? And he's like, parlez-vous français? Right? He's like, dude, you're in my country now. And I'm like, oh boy, so culture shock. So I'm traveled down to Marseille. Is that how you say it? Pronounced
Yes.
Marseille.
Marseille.
And that's south of France by the French Riviera, and or close to it. And this gentleman comes out with this big tray of cheese, big, huge tray. And and so I love cheese, as Will well knows. And so they bring
Pretty
tray,
cheesy.
And the silly American, I'm just taking chunks of cheese. I'm just big slices and chunks and putting it on my plate. And everyone's staring at me. Like they're staring at me now. And I didn't realize it was an after dinner. You're supposed to take a sliver, and that was the nice little slice of cheese that I guess enhances your dinner, enhances the wine. So I have chunks of cheese and slices, and there were like 19 different types. I had to try like 18 of them. Anyway, that is the kind of the goofy story of me being a naive American, But I learned I've never duplicated that poor effort ever again.
They got your pictures everywhere over there, man. Don't let him come in clear to the cheese chariot. no.
So did you enjoy the French wine when you were in Paris?
I did. And I was going to bring some tonight. In fact, I was going to bring a couple of bottles. When I was there in 95 was my time in Paris, and then it's Marseille and the French Riviera. I brought home about 10 bottles of wine. You could do that back then, right? You could pack it, and I think I sent some back, and I still have those bottles, which is more of a memory sake. I don't know if they're any good anymore, but it's just the wine was fantastic, and the community. In fact, a little story too that years ago, 30 years ago. It was kind of, and maybe you guys come, but the French are prideful, and they have a sense of kind of like Texans. They're proud of their country. Yeah. But I never met one Frenchman or Frenchwoman that I did not absolutely adore. Actually, all of Europe was amazing, but I had the best time in France. I love France very, very much, and I really love Nice, which is the French Riviera.
That's where I'm from.
That is okay.
Yes, I love, and that's why. I mean, Nice, Marseille, all this area in France is also very friendly.
Yes.
It's by the beach, and we love rosé over there. So that's my, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite wine, but I like rosé.
So rosé is good. Yeah.
I like rosé a lot.
You want a good rosé? You get a chance, go out to Eden Hill. He makes a rosé the way they do in France. Like, exactly. He press the grapes immediately when he gets them off the vine, discards the skins, and processes the juice right then and there.
It's pretty good.
It's a perfect golden red.
I think it's our responsibility to bring her a bottle of that sometime.
You're closer than I am.
I'm closer. I'll get the bottle. I'll bring it down to you folks.
So what do you guys think about the port one, Texas port?
Well,
you cannot call it port anymore, can you? No, I think
actually,
they changed
recently
you can again? No, I forgot. No, yeah.
Only winery in the Texas right now that I know of that can still call it port is Bob Landon.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he's the only winery that can still call it port. Yeah,
because he's kind of like
he's
grandfather in or whatever. Yeah. It also he's a good port, by the way. It's lovely. It's well done.
It is good. I'm not a port fan unless...
No, we go with a big tray of cheese, the Frenchie over there,
I think I think port wine goes really good with good cigars.
Yeah.
I've got some good Alec Bradley cigars that I love drinking some port with it. Especially what we got from Cedar Hollow. Oh, man. Yeah. They've got a moonshine port.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when you get... one thing is fun too when you taste wine like that, you do wine tasting or something like that. It's very important. Sometimes you always think about cheese and things like that. But one thing is very good, get you a good 70% to 80% chocolate.
Oh yeah,
dark chocolate, and then like figure some of the Zinfandel kind of thing like that. Some nice grape. You get this, and then it's very fantastic. You just open up the whole wine things to it.
That's awesome. So we have one of our friends just joined us, Jen and Randall, our cohorts. They were in the neighborhood, I guess. How are you guys? Well?
Doing well.
Good to see you guys.
Bonjour, y'all.
So Jen here, if you're not aware, Jen is actually another one of our hosts of our podcast.
Okay.
And she is also down in Bingle.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. And then Randall is our security.
We call this man. We're going to make that applause.
Oh, man. Holy cow.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
We'll catch
All right.
later.
Good seeing you guys. Miss you. Yeah. Take care. Well, awesome. Well, you guys wrap it up here. So you guys are doing great things. We're real excited for you. We're genuinely excited and happy for you. Wrap it up. Tell us what's on your heart. What do you want to share with our listeners around the world, and especially here in Texas?
What I'm going to say is we're very pleased to be here in Grapevine, Texas. It's a great little town. And that's a small town like Grapevine. We're about like 65,000 people, so it's a small town, but Grapevine's got a big heart, and it does a lot of work to spread the love of the Texas wine to as well. I think it was one of the first, I'm not sure, but maybe one of the first Texas town that just try to promote the Texas one as much, and it's now you can see it more and more everywhere. So that's which is pretty exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's like but it's fantastic. We get some good wine. Like I said, people sometimes they're afraid of Texas wine, but then please don't be just go out there, jump, take a leap, trust it, and then if it's good, it's great. If it's not good, just keep on drinking anyway.
That's right. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, I met a guy a couple months ago, and he actually had a great saying about wine, and it was in I want to say either Spanish or Latin, but it basically translated into the wine is alive.
Yeah.
And that is true because, I mean, wine is life. I mean, it can be not just only to drink it here by yourself, to enjoy it with friends and with family, all like that. It connects people. It's an amazing little liquid drink.
That is, no, you're right. That's right. Yeah, that's what's very important. Yeah.
So, and Yasmine, how about you? What's on your heart tonight? What do you want to share with everyone?
Well, I was, I'm so glad I was here that night when you both came.
Yes.
Because, it was the end of the evening. And, I think from that night, I think we're starting a new friendship.
Absolutely.
Yes, most definitely. I do have some propositions after you get through with this.
To drink more wine?
Drink more wine. But
I'll take just one,
Yeah, but we want to talk about some future things with y'all here. Like, seriously.
Very good.
Yeah.
But for us, my number one goal coming here today was not only to showcase what you're doing here, but to bring people to your beautiful establishment. You guys are doing a great thing, and it's even bigger than I expected with the whole international bakery operation you have going on, which is pretty cool. But we're happy to showcase you guys and celebrate who you are. You're a wonderful couple. Definitely, easily could be very, very good friends. So we're grateful for you. So Will.
Well, I will have to say this. One of the things that happens in Texas, and I'm going to hit this and I'm going to leave it alone. Texas wines don't get a lot of notoriety. Okay, a lot of restaurants do not present Texas wines. One of the things that right off the bat, when y'all said y'all serve Texas wines, we got to be here.
Yeah,
we have to be here.
Thank you.
Now,
well, I wouldn't see it another. I mean, we live here.
Yes.
And we live here. This is Texas.
Yep.
I mean, and not every, like Fabien said in the beginning, not every Texas wine is great, and not every French wine is great.
Yeah.
But you have some very
but if you look at back in the time when we're doing California wine, we was making fun of California wine.
Right.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what you think was a joke?
Yep.
And then most of that wine was ending up down the drain because nobody wanted it.
That's true.
And now you cannot touch the thing. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so you got to be careful of don't judge too fast. Don't judge. I mean, someone is going to judge us, but when we don't hear it, let's appreciate it, let's enjoy it,
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's not for every taste, it's not for everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
well, Texas wine industry right now is where California was 30 or 40 years ago.
Yes.
And I think that's what you were describing real quick. And so I think it's pretty cool that we're in the middle of it and we're helping to showcase and highlight all of these great wineries and great entrepreneurs.
Yes. So we really appreciate y'all featuring Texas wines on y'all's menus and stuff.
They're big kids.
And and definitely y'all actually hit like up level for me right there, and y'all will get support out of me. I will make sure y'all's name are shared across all social media from all Texas wine Facebook groups, so that way y'all's name get out.
Yeah.
So
and you guys have live music here. You have a festive environment, a great culture of happiness and relationships. So you guys are good for you.
Yeah,
happy for you.
But we gotta make it fun. You gotta make it fun. That's our goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, good. Well, let's do a couple takeaways real quick, and then we're not really doing an educational, or maybe we can do.
The expression "la joie de vivre"?
Say it again.
La joie de vivre.
Unfortunately, I don't speak any French whatsoever.
He speaks Texan.
Vivre is the happiness of living.
The happiness of living.
That's what one thing when we opened the bistro. That's what we wanted to bring.
There's your quote for the day, I think, huh?
That was it, right there.
Yeah, I love it.
We're done.
We're done.
We're going off air.
All right. Well, you too. Enjoy your evening. Thanks again. We're going to be here a lot. We're going to have a great friendship. And Will, that was a lot of fun. That was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah. So so right quick, let's hit our sponsors quick.
Let's do it real quick. So sponsors, I'll start with the first one.
So have y'all heard of Texas Wine Lover? Texas Wine Lover. It's an app.
Okay, it's Texas Wine Lover. Okay.
Yeah, it's a webpage and an app. It lists every winery in Texas. Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, get with it. Y'all find some great wineries up in here. In fact, actually, there's a winery over by Salina, which is right down the road from Eden Hill, called Square Cloud. And the winemaker there, his nickname is the Mad Scientist. And he's got some Oh,
no.
Oh, man, I went blanking on the word. Alec Boucher.
Alec Boucher?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. That is... I've only drank it twice, and the first time wasn't a really great experience, but it wasn't a Texas one. And I drank his, and it's just like, it's heavenly. I mean, it is just like drinking a mouthful of velvet strawberries.
Oh, nice. Lovely.
It's amazing. go check him out. Okay. But that app will list those type of wineries on there for you. So if you feel froggy on a Sunday or a Monday when you're not doing anything, go check out a small winery. And that's a great place to go do that at.
Very good.
Yeah. And that's what we want to do. We want people to go check out all these wineries. That's why we're doing this, right? And restaurants and business owners, that sort of thing. So, and our second one is Texas Wine Club. That's a great one down in Fredericksburg. These folks have a distribution program now for Texas wines, going through a blind tasting, which is very cool. And they showcase 3, 4, 5 wines a month, I believe, or quarterly for sure. And we are great friends with them down there. So Texas Wine Club, if you want to try some new wines, definitely join them. You can go to their website and join.
And then our last one, and I was telling him about this earlier, is Fly with Wine. Now, Fly with Wine, Fly with Wine. So you have your, okay, let's say you go to Fredericksburg, or not even Fredericksburg,
further,
you go to France, okay, and you want to ship some wine back, okay, so you have an option to either box it up, send it by UPS, and bring it home, or with Fly with Wine, you can actually put it in your suitcase, check it in, and fly back with like that.
Oh, that's good,
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Solving wine shipping problems and what? Dilemmas, right? Dilemmas. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty
awesome.
Yeah.
The good thing, if you get stuck out there, you can start drinking the wine.
I like that too. You get stuck in the middle. Yeah, you just start opening up suitcases and drinking them up.
If you get stuck in the airport for 3 or 4 days, I
don't know if you can actually carry it on. I think you got to check it in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There was a time when we could do that. You remember those days? Those were good days.
But you know what? There is a distillery that actually got smart, and we should get our wineries to do this, is to make the 3.4 bottle ounces that you can carry those on legally and drink wine. Oh.
There you go. There's your idea. Patent it.
There's an idea.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. So, Will, thank you for reviewing those. Some takeaways real quick.
Man, it's amazing meeting people here. Again, one of the greatest things about wine is you meet people that you never normally would met. And I just met these two great couples
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, and we made a bond.
Yep.
And we made a bond through wine.
Yeah.
We would have done it through water.
No. And my takeaway is you actually, normally we have different takeaways, but mine's very much the same. I want to compliment both of you. Just, you're such lovely people and amazing. But I imagine there'll be lots of hugs, friendly hugs in the years to come. And just say, good to see you guys. And as we bring new family members and friends. In fact, my mom just gave me a text today. She's come to Texas only for the second time in her life. Guess what we're going? The sunset out the window. Yeah, we'll be watching that for sure. So, great people, great places to be. So, well, listen, Will, we're going to finish up here. Oh, he's taking a picture of the sunset. Looking at Mr. Photographer over here.
Yes, because it's all blurry.
So I got a quote here for you.
Okay, what do you got?
And I don't know if I've done it before, so I'm a little embarrassed. I always finish with a quote. Okay, so here we go. So yesterday, I really wanted wine. Today, I'm drinking wine. I'm just following my dreams.
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And the second one is, I went for a run today. It was a wine run, but I still broke a sweat. I believe that counts. So that's very good. So we appreciate you guys. It's been a lot of fun. Will, good seeing you as well. And we're going to wrap it up here today. But from Grapevine, Texas, boy, what a great time it was today.
So this is Will.
This is Michael.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Santé.
Santé.
À l'amitié.
With Texas wine.
Awesome.